and welcome to this radioactive episode of Geeky Baker. Today I'm going to be making some Fancy Lads snack cakes from Fallout 4. I love Fallout, it's amazing. I have played through Fallout 3 several times. Fallout 4 I've only played through once. Hi, welcome to this radioactive episode of Geeky Baker. Today I'm going to be making some Fancy Lads snack cakes. Hi, welcome to this episode of Geeky Baker. Today I'm going to be making some Fancy Lads snack cakes from Fallout 4. I love the Fallout series. It's amazing. It's so much fun, and especially after a long, hard day, you want to come home and just blow off a super mutant's head or something. So let's get started. For these Fancy Lads snack cakes, you will need 24 cupcakes, 1 large helping of royal icing dyed multiple colors. You can find the recipe by clicking here on the mustachio. You will also need a template of whatever kind of font you like the best. I chose this because I thought it looked the closest like the Fancy Lads snack cake font. You also need some wax paper, a large portion of Swiss meringue buttercream, and a Labbit assistant to make things much more difficult. Yep. So let's get started making these Fancy Lads snack cakes. I'm going to start with my black outline for my Fancy Lads snack cakes. I'm going to fill a piping bag with royal icing that has been colored black. Now it's going to look gray, but black, well, it gets everywhere, but black, it gets darker as it dries. And so what I've gone through, I've got 4 A's, 3 C's, 1 D, E, and so on. So I made myself a little legend for what I'm going to be needing. And I'm going to use wax paper over the top of this and just pipe it out. Now this is a stiff consistency of frosting, icing actually, sorry. So put that in the piping bag. Start with that amount, that way I have some good control of that. So move that down and make sure you push it all down or you'll end up covered in delicious but dark colored frosting. So I'm going to start with my wax paper. Look at how nice that is to see through. Amazing! Ooh, amazing! So I'm going to start by doing my A's. I had an even better idea. I'm going to take this piece down so that I can get around without, move the top around without moving the bottom around. Okay, now this is a very thick consistency of frosting, so we're going to pipe with a number 2 Wilton tip all the way around the outside. In that little bit inside, and then we're going to let that dry. So that first one wasn't great, but we're going to keep going. So I have 4 A's to do, so I'm going to do all of my A's first. Pretty nice. Not perfect, but I'm digging it. Okay, I'm going to do all the rest of these. I'm going to come back and show you what it looks like. So there we have all of our letters, and we're going to wait for these to dry completely. We're going to give them probably about 15 minutes. And while we're doing that, we are going to mix up and water down the rest of our royal icing and color it different colors. Now, I've just quickly mixed up this color of my royal icing, and it should be runny. Now this is a flooding consistency. And it's called flooding because it floods what we created as a barrier a little bit earlier. So I'm just going to be putting this into a nice Ziploc bag, but that's about the color that we're looking for, just a nice light blue. I'm going to mix up the other 3 colors, and then we are going to get to typing. Okay, so I've got several plastic bags here. I'm going to start doing all of the letters that need to be done in pink. We need a pink, a baby blue, and kind of a pastel-y baby kind of green. And then we're also going to have corresponding buttercream colors of this as well. So just pour it in. You won't need a terrible amount. That honestly will pretty much probably do you. Just a little bit. Also, you want to have a toothpick for filling in all the little edges. So, we need to have pink, 1 F, 1 N. So we're going to start with that one, 1 F and 1 N. Well, our only F. So this should run. Go and just fill it in. F, one of our N's. And the L. And one of the S's. Don't worry, I'm going to go back in and fill all that in. Two of the S's are pink. I'm cheating by looking at my phone so I know what colors these are. And the E. Okay. All right, so I'm going to set that off to the side. And I'm going to just take my toothpick and go in and fill in very carefully. A lot of people will do this with a scribe kind of tool. That's fine too if you have one of those, please use it. Needs to harden for quite a while, so let it go. It just needs to harden. Don't touch it. Try not to move it too much because it gets angry. Now I've gone ahead and colored all of my 3 topping colors of buttercream, a pretty much corresponding color of pink, blue, and green, and then I've made a little bit darker green. And since most of the food that is in Fallout is radioactive, I'm going to be filling these with a radioactive green filling. So on this, I have a Wilton 1M, and I chose it because it's got a nice cutting kind of tool. So I'm going to poke down into all of these and give them all a little squirt of green frosting.